look at the concept of a stablecoin. By definition, what is a stablecoin? And a stablecoin is really just a digital asset that is designed to what? Maintain a stable value by pegging it to another asset class. Typically, what we've seen is fiat currency like the US dollar. But by definition, it even mentions gold. It does say that in the definition. So you could go check that out for yourself. And the reason why is because stability is absolutely crucial within the cryptocurrency space. I think the concerns many of us have had in the stablecoin market is really the fact that it's tied to fiat currencies. And why is this a problem? Because fiat currencies typically have a lot of volatility associated with fiat currencies themselves, and many reasons for this, especially in today's economic climate where currencies like the US dollar are facing significant pressures. And that is because of all the geopolitical tensions, all the disruptions we see in the markets. And this is going to eventually backfire, and it can backfire, which would obviously obliterate the entire crypto market. And this is why we're always talking about Tether, because it makes the perfect example for a discussion. Because Tether is backed by a fiat. It's a fiat-backed stablecoin by the dollar. And that's why we say it's a ticking time bomb, because of its reliance on the stability of the US dollar. And if you look at many of the factors out there, the dollar is under a lot of pressure. The question then becomes like, how do you fix this? How do you address all these concerns, right, of stability? If you actually do your research, and this is what we've been talking about, you're going to see that institutions worldwide are exploring stablecoins, but pegged to alternative asset classes like gold.
First, I love some of the comments here. Someone says Tether has to be shaken right now. There's the need for a stablecoin that is multi-chain. Period. What Ripple has come with is a solution, because they're also integrating it with Ethereum, that in the moment is where most of DeFi is sitting at. So we have a stablecoin that it can move from one chain to the other, interchain. So basically, Ripple has come with this solution. We have been speaking here on the show for a long, long time that stablecoins are going to be the next hot topic in crypto. You don't need a crystal ball, you just have to put together statistics, some numbers. Especially we're talking here about Tether, which in my opinion is the atomic bomb that at some point has to actually explode. As Versan said, stablecoins are supposed to be backed by something tangible. Hence, one of the possibilities to be backed by gold. Another possibility is to be backed by dollars, for example. But in the case of Tether, not only is not backed by anything tangible, for example, gold, silver, precious metals, but also is not fully backed by USD. So that's for me the first indicator that Tether is set to be replaced. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Ripple is coming with a solution, is coming with a stablecoin before everything actually unfolds. And in the earliest days of Tether, whoever is in crypto since 2018, 2017, in the beginning, Tether used it to advertise itself as an alternative to XRP. I used it to think that Ripple would be something as big as the Amazon. Now I start to understand that Ripple is supposed to be much larger than Amazon, because Ripple is actually becoming somehow World Bank organization. Ripple is actually evolving itself so much that it's now becoming ahead of the financial system.
Well, real quick, also, I think it's important to address one of the comments in there. People said, what about XRP? Well, if you do your research on the XRP ledger, I don't really like to quote David Schwartz because he's had many conflicting statements in the past, said things, then he kind of turns his back on them. But one thing he did say, and the devil's in the detail, is that they have the federated sidechains. And that is really the innovation that's intended for developers who are building all these products and these technologies to customize the XRP ledger to meet the criteria of the need for that use case, or to build, for instance, an experiment with new features for that. So it doesn't replace XRP. The fact that, again, I personally thought that it was going to be the digital counterpart for XRP. But again, we're learning something new every day, right? So there's a lot of clout still. I think even me personally, I'm learning more every day. So I don't have all the answers, but the federated sidechains are going to play a very important role in, again, building all the infrastructure upon the XRP ledger. If I can also touch back to the stablecoin as far as gold, and this is what I keep reiterating, because in my opinion, it's going to be necessary to peg a stablecoin to a real tangible asset like gold, because that is going to be the way to provide the robustness, the reliable stabilization mechanism that is needed for the crypto market overall, right? That's going to help in reducing the reliance on external economic factors like what we see happening. War is escalating, ladies and gentlemen. I like to talk about this off the camera, with my friends, about the geopolitical tensions and what's happening on the other side of the world. The rest of the world, and hence the BRICS nations and what they're trying to do, they are trying to eventually walk away from the dollar and circumvent it with all these new technologies, because we don't need the dollar anymore as a reserve currency, right? So again, reducing the reliance on external economic factors. And again, since it's tied to the dollar, it's the perfect example for the discussion, excuse me. But also it explains why these discussions are happening at the highest levels of government and in finance around the world, because of stablecoin regulation and pegging it to real assets like gold, which is going to explain also why the smart money, and when I say the smart money, I'm talking about the 10% of the population. Why are all the central banks buying gold? Why are institutions buying gold? You have to ask these fucking questions, you know? And the truth is, you have other assholes out there like Mark Cuban telling people to stay away from gold. It's a stupid investment. Like, the reason why they're saying things like this, they're not going to tell you the truth. It's because they know that's a critical component to stabilizing the crypto market, having digital assets tangible, backed by real assets. And I even put a tweet out the other day about the interconnectedness between stablecoins, institutional interest of stablecoins, central bank adoption of Ripple's technology, and the Basel III regulations from the Bank of International Settlements, which Andy Schectman and I have talked about so many times. He has taught me so much about the BIS regulations, about reevaluating the gold price at some point, when that's going to be recognized. So that's later on. And the price has been suppressed for many reasons too. And while the price has been suppressed, they've also been accumulating gold while manipulating the markets, right? So I promise you, there is a connection. And I really believe I'm early, like on many other things that we've been early about it, but we haven't been wrong. For almost a year now, most of our speculations and research to some degree has been confirmed.